This is David and Angie. We live in a 12 by 16 dry cabin in Alaska. We chose to go simple so that when we want to, we can simply go. We are the Retherfords, and these are our roamings. If you are visiting us for the first time and enjoy this video, we ask that you would consider subscribing and joining us on our journeys. At 4 a.m., my mom, my two sisters, my two brothers, and I headed to Anchorage, Alaska to the airport where our journey begins this week. Here we are on the way to the airport. We got to Anchorage and our flight's been delayed by 2.5 hours. It's 5 o'clock in the morning and our plane does not leave until 9:30. So we stopped at, I think we're at a gas station. We made it to the airport and unloaded. We ended up standing at the ticket counter for over 2 hours while the airline tried to find connecting flights for 6 people. Since we would be missing our next flight due to the now 3-hour delay. We made use of our time at the airport by visiting, eating snacks, and people watching. We finally got to board the plane, and after we had boarded the plane, we had another 45-minute wait while sitting in the airplane. We finally got off the ground and we were headed for Portland, Oregon. This will be our first ever vacation all together as adults. Once we reached Portland, unfortunately, the airline could not find connecting flights for us, and we had a 12-hour layover overnight. So they are kind enough to put us up in a hotel, and we got 3 hotel rooms.
Oh yeah. The Oregon water.
Wow. This thing was
Look at the twins.
wasn't even in.
We walked to a little nearby cafe and had some dinner.
It's a good set.
We then walked back to our hotel, and it was nap time for everyone except for me. The next morning, we went around and gathered everyone up. It was time to leave the hotel, get on the shuttle, and head back to the airport. We finally headed out of Portland and took a flight to Chicago, and from Chicago we took another flight to Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. While in Pennsylvania, we stayed at my aunt and uncle's house in Lititz, Pennsylvania. That next morning, we went to church with my aunt and uncle, and in the afternoon, we had a family reunion. This is my mom and us 5 kids. This is us 5 kids and my 5 cousins. This is my mom and her 2 sisters. This is my mom, her 2 sisters, and my uncle, us 5 kids, and their 5 kids. And this is all of us and their families. Meanwhile, David was in California visiting with his dad. His dad was saying his final goodbyes to his motorcycle, and David was preparing the bike for the trip to Alaska. We spent a lot of time out on the patio listening to the birds sing. We spent a lot of time visiting around the dinner table. And we spent plenty of time in the living room enjoying each other's company and telling stories. We also gave time to be tourists. My aunt and uncle live in the small town of Lititz, Pennsylvania, which is a treasure spot in the heart of Lancaster County. Downtown Main and Broad Street are lined with unique shops, eateries, coffee, and pastry shops. We enjoyed the history of the old town, the old buildings, and we visited a few antique shops. We visited the Julius Sturgis Pretzel Bakery, America's first pretzel bakery. We went on a tour of this family-owned pretzel bakery, how it all began, where it is today, and what it has become. We all got to try our hand at pretzel twisting. And we all became official pretzel twisters. They no longer use human pretzel twisters. They now have made a machine to do that. This salty group enjoyed the tour very much, and now we're off for another adventure. Sometimes we just drove with no particular destination in mind, but today we're headed to the market. We spent a few hours at the market, and we each picked our unique taste for lunch.
There we go.
After lunch, we went to the Fox Meadow Creamery, where we once again picked our favorite unique ice cream flavor.
Yeah, I know. Probably on it.
We then went on a tour of my cousin's business where they do envelope imprinting. Also visited Lititz Spring Park. And we got our sweet fix at the Wilbur Chocolate Company. My aunt and uncle lived across the street from a cemetery, and we often took walks there and enjoyed the history of those that once lived there. As the sun set and the night closed in, we gathered around the campfire outside and enjoyed talking and sharing stories long into the night.
Like a hill of gravel, like on a
Lititz is in Amish country, and it's not uncommon to see the horse and buggy go by or to share the road with them. We enjoyed seeing the wide open spaces and the abundance of farmland. We went to Shady Maple Smorgasbord, which is a large banquet of authentic Pennsylvania Dutch cooking. All the artwork in the building was unique 3D painting of Amish life by Abner Zook.
spread all over the knee.
Dang. That's crazy. Ah.
Oh, shit.
Stay on the road. It's getting breezy up
We
here.
almost had an accident.
Yeah, that moved the greenhouse is really.
Wow. Oh, wow.
Stopped up here, so
You know, that looks like a tornado right there.
Where?
Maybe not. Maybe it's just the way the cloud is. It looks like going up.
Funnel moving.
Funnel.
Do they have tornadoes here?
Sweet.
Yes, they do.
We visited Hershey, Pennsylvania, and went on a tour of Chocolate World.
show you around. Everyone ready? Let's go. Our cocoa experts carefully select, sort, and combine beans from various countries in precise amounts to achieve that unique and consistent Hershey's flavor.
In the unsweetened chocolate, cocoa lives in the ground down lots of heat through intense pressure and friction. The grinding turns cocoa nibs into the smooth, dark liquid used to make
Shining tanker trucks pick up milk from local farms and line up outside our factory for delivery. Hershey is one of the only companies in the world that uses fresh milk to make milk chocolate. Fresh milk is part of what gives Hershey's milk chocolate unsweetened chocolate. This is where the art of chocolate making all comes together. Add the chocolate crown into a coarse powder. Then we mix in the cocoa butter we pressed out earlier and add a dash of... We feed the chocolate crumb through steel rollers that grind and refine the chocolate until it reaches a smooth, uniform consistency.
The hatching process mixes and heats the chocolate, developing a rich flavor and color. Heavy rollers smooth out the refined crumb until it reaches the silky liquid texture of milk chocolate.
After conching, we temper the milk chocolate, heating and cooling it to just the right texture and consistency. During tempering, we can mix in other ingredients such as roasted California almonds, kernels that solidify the chocolate.
goodness.
We also visited the National Civil War Museum. people live in there. They're
Proceed to the route.
So there's the screen porch. Back at the house, we enjoyed playing with my uncle's train set. After 6 fun-filled days, our adventures here are over. We pack up all our things, take our memories with us, say goodbye, and head to the airport.
Right. Well, yeah, nothing.
5 miles, veer right to merge onto PA to angle 3 west towards Harrisburg.
When we reach Seattle, we part ways, and I head on a solo flight to Portland, where my next adventure